They say the saddest things in life, the dreams that don't come true. They build you up, they let you down, they break your heart in two.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. And today we'll be taking a look at a song called Here I Sit, Brokenhearted by Ed Perrone.
Yeah.
Now this song is pretty interesting, and I think you'll find it's a little bit different than some of the stuff we've done in the past.
Okay, cool.
The thing that really gets me about this one is where the inspiration came from.
Mm-hmm.
So get this. Perrone says that he got the idea for this song from a note that he found, scribbled on a men's room wall in Philadelphia.
What?
Yeah. And we're going to be using the lyrics from Perrone's website and the official music video on YouTube today to kind of unpack this whole thing.
Interesting.
It's fascinating to me. Like, what would make somebody write such a heartbreaking message, on a bathroom stall of all places?
That's a good question. I mean, it's not exactly like the most inspiring place, is it?
Not really, but I think that actually kind of adds to the whole mystery of this song.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, who was this person and what happened to them?
Right.
So let's dive into the lyrics a little bit, because Perrone really captures a feeling of shattered dreams and despair, like throughout the song.
Yeah, and it's something that's so relatable, like pretty much everyone's been through something like that at some point.
Yeah, exactly. Like, take the line, as I write these words in sorrow and I think what might have been,
yeah.
you can like practically feel the weight of those words. Right.
Definitely.
And then you've got that chorus.
Oh, yeah.
That is just like a gut punch.
Yeah.
Here I sit, brokenhearted, came to shit but only farted.
Oh, wow.
Like, what a contrast, right?
It's jarring, I've got to say.
Yeah, it really is.
You've got like this deep emotional pain of a broken heart, but then right next to it is this like almost flippant humor.
Right.
What do you think Perrone was going for with that?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, is he trying to point out just how absurd it all is?
Maybe.
Like, even on our darkest moments,
Yeah.
Life can still find a way to throw in these weird, almost comical situations.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Or could it be like a coping mechanism? Like using humor to deflect from all that rawness?
I think it could be both.
Yeah.
It's like this duality, and that's what makes it so powerful.
Right.
I mean, it kind of invites the listener to bring in their own experiences and interpretations, but also, on a more technical level, the way Perrone uses that stark contrast, like between those two extremes,
Yeah.
it really emphasizes the emotional turmoil that the song is trying to convey.
I think so too. And it definitely resonates like with me as a listener.
Yeah.
The song goes on to describe a man whose dreams were shattered, a man drowned in despair.
Right.
He's reached his limit and had no one left to care.
It's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking, but at the same time, I think
Right.
it speaks to this like universal feeling.
Definitely.
Have you ever felt that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like that sense of isolation, like you're facing your struggles completely alone?
Yeah, I think everyone at some point in their lives has felt that sense of utter despair. Like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. Yeah.
And that feeling of having no one to turn to,
Right.
It's like a primal fear
It is.
that I think most of us can relate to.
And it really makes you wonder why a bathroom stall, of all places,
Right.
Like, why choose that specific spot to express such vulnerability?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
A bathroom stall offers anonymity.
Yeah.
It's a private space away from judging eyes and ears. You can truly be yourself.
Right.
Even if that self is hurting,
Yeah, I get that.
So in a way, it makes perfect sense that this raw emotional plea would find its home there.
Yeah, it does, actually.
You know what I mean?
I do.
It's like the perfect place to just let it all out without any fear of judgment.
It's really fascinating how such a mundane setting can take on this like profound meaning,
Definitely.
It really makes you think about all the untold stories that are hidden in these everyday places.
Right.
It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It is, and that's what Perrone does so brilliantly in this song,
Right.
He takes this anonymous outpouring of grief
Yeah.
and transforms it into something universal, something that we can all connect with.
Yeah, I agree. And speaking of connecting,
Okay.
let's talk about the music video for Here I Sit, Brokenhearted.
Okay.
Did you notice how Perrone uses this like stark black and white palette?
Yeah, it's very striking.
It's just him and his guitar.
Yeah, no distractions.
No distractions at all. What do you think he's trying to convey with that visual choice?
I think it really mirrors the rawness of the lyrics.
Okay.
There's no need for fancy effects or elaborate sets. It's
Right.
just pure emotion
Right.
laid bare.
Yeah.
And I think that simplicity allows the message to hit even harder.
I think so, too.
It's very effective.
Yeah, it's almost like he's inviting us into that bathroom stall with him,
Right.
creating this intimate space where we can experience that vulnerability firsthand.
Exact.
It's powerful stuff.
It is.
And that sense of intimacy, I think,
Yeah.
is like amplified by the musical arrangement itself. Did you notice how he uses a lot of minor chords
Yeah.
and a really slow tempo?
It's very melancholic.
It is.
Mm.
And I think those musical choices evoke this sense of melancholy, of introspection.
Right.
It draws you deeper into the emotional landscape of the song.
It does.
It's really interesting because even though the song is like steeped in sadness,
Yeah.
there's a sense of hope that emerges, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
The very act of expressing these feelings,
Yeah.
whether it's on a bathroom wall
Right.
or through a song,
Right.
it feels like a small victory.
It does. It's like a refusal to be swallowed by despair.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
saying, yes, I'm hurting, but I'm still here. I'm still fighting.
And that message, I think, resonates even more when you consider the context of the original note.
Right.
Here's someone at their lowest point,
Yeah.
yet they still find the strength to reach out, to leave a message in a bottle, so to speak.
It's powerful.
It is, and who knows how many people might have seen that message,
Right.
and felt a sense of connection like they weren't alone in their struggles.
Exactly.
It's a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of places,
Yeah.
human connection can offer a glimmer of hope.
It's true.
It really makes you think about the ripple effect of our actions,
It does.
how even the smallest gestures
Right.
can have this profound impact on others.
It's true.
It's amazing.
It is, and it speaks to the power of empathy,
Right.
the ability to recognize and share in the feelings of others.
Yeah.
Perrone saw that message on the bathroom wall, and he didn't just walk by.
Right.
He saw a story,
Yeah.
a human experience worth sharing.
And by transforming that experience into a song,
Yeah.
he created something that could resonate with millions.
Right.
It's like he took that private moment of vulnerability and amplified it, turning it into a shared experience of hope and resilience.
And in doing so,
Yeah.
he reminds us that even when we feel brokenhearted,
Yeah.
we're never truly alone.
That's a beautiful thought.
It is, yeah. It's almost like that bathroom stall becomes this confessional,
Right.
a place where you can unburden yourself without fear of judgment.
Yeah.
And in that sense, I think it makes perfect sense that this raw, emotional plea would find its home there.
It's kind of amazing, isn't it? Like how a simple scribble on a bathroom stall could turn into this really powerful song.
It is. It really speaks to the power of observation,
Yeah.
Like Perrone saw potential in something that so many others might have just overlooked.
Right.
He recognized that raw emotion, the universal struggle, and found a way to give it a voice.
Yeah. And he didn't shy away from the rawness of it all either.
No, he didn't.
Like, remember that line, came to ship but only farted?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's humorous, sure,
Definitely.
but it also hints at this deeper truth,
Right. Like sometimes life just throws us these curveballs.
Yeah.
Things don't go as planned.
Right.
And we have to find a way to deal with the absurdity of it all.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into Here I Sit, Brokenhearted, I keep coming back to this idea of shared human experience.
Yeah.
Whether it's a note scribbled in a bathroom stall or a song that resonates with millions,
Right.
it's a reminder that we're not alone in our struggles.
Exactly. And it highlights the importance of empathy and vulnerability.
Right.
The original writer chose to share their pain. Perrone chose to amplify it.
Yeah.
And we as listeners get to connect with that shared experience
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully find some solace or inspiration in it.
It makes you think about the messages that we leave behind,
It does.
both intentional and unintentional.
Right.
What if we all had the opportunity to turn our bathroom stall confessions into something that could touch other people?
That's a really interesting thought.
It is. What would your message be?
That's a tough one.
What story would you share?
Well, maybe this deep dive has inspired you to think about your own experiences,
Yeah.
your own moments of heartbreak and resilience.
Right.
And maybe it's sparked a desire to share those stories, to connect with others and remind them that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope to be
On a
found.
men's
Well,
room
that's a
wall
beautiful
in
note to
Philly,
end on.
where he scrawled his anguished note. I could feel his heartache rising as I read the words he wrote. Here I sit, broken-hearted, came to shit, but only farted. As I write these words in sorrow, and I think what might have been, I can't face one more tomorrow, can't go through this all again.